Oh my God. I need to have a little flag. Like, Wait, I need to catch up. I don't even know what the hell my other dreams mean, and you're already on to this one. Like, come on. Ugh. Hello, guys. It's Sept. Good morning. Today is September 27th. Is September 27th. 27th? Shit, I can't read apparently. It's September 24th, actually. And last night I had two dreams. I'm going to tell the stupid one first because, well, it was stupid. It wasn't even intricate or anything like that. No, it wasn't the first dream. It was actually the second dream that was stupid. I was in somebody's backyard, and there was a girl, not a girl, but she was like the same, probably around my age. I want to say it was my best friend, but at the same time, I don't think it was, which is weird. So she wanted to learn how to ride the dirt bike, so she thought she would be able to, and she started riding the dirt bike around, and she did good for the first few laps. Then the second time she really revved that thing, and people were trying to catch her because she was going all over the place. And this one guy who was all the way at the other end of the yard went to try and go save her because she was going for the bushes that was the outline towards where the road is, and he tried to catch up to her, and she rammed right into the bushes. And the guy was able to grab her off the bike and kind of throw her before the bike would because you know when you fall off a dirt bike normally you rev it and it goes and the whole back tire starts spinning around in a circle. Well, that's what happened. So he grabbed her and pulled her off the bike before it could burn her leg or anything like that, and the bike just went into a huge circle. And yeah, that was that dream. Somebody tell me how stupid that dream was, because I don't understand. And I was just lounging. My dog wants to obviously be in this video with me today. So yeah, I was just lounging on a lawn chair, one of the ones that you lay down on and have the top a little bit inclined, and I was watching the whole thing. And I didn't even laugh. I didn't even raise concern. I was just kind of watching, which was weird. Stupid, I know. As for my second dream, get ready, because this one's hella adventurous, sci-fi, detailed. I woke up and I was just did I just make up a Jurassic Park movie in my head? I don't know. Apparently, I was part of this force that protected this laboratory that was hidden out into the woods kind of jungle area. So nobody knew about this except for obviously the people who worked there. Go. So I was I was like a G.I. Joe. Let's just say that. I was Lord have mercy on my dog right now. I was a G.I. Joe agent, okay? We were all dressed in black, obviously, but we didn't have any guns. I know, that's weird, right? So a G.I. Joe ninja kind of thing? I don't know. So you had to have these special badges and a fingerprint scan in order to get in. And in my dream, I was actually me. I was kind of infiltrated my own head in my dream. Where the fuck am I? What is this? What am I doing? I was actually paying attention and trying and controlling my character to act like I knew what I was doing. And I knew some of the characters, the other people characters. I knew some of the other people in my dream, one of my co-workers or one of my other agents. I was "What's up, Hernandez?" And he was "What's up?" as he walked by me, and I was "Okay." So I walked further into the lab, following. I don't even know what they're called. Doctors, scientists. So I followed a scientist out into a. I don't even know what you call that either. It's not a field. It was the forest, but it was quarantined. It was quartered off. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what the fuck? Like, what are we studying in here, ladies and gentlemen? And it was massive, like hundreds of yards up. And I asked her, I was like, how large is this area quarantined off? And she was like, she kind of just looked at me and she was like 100 miles or something ridiculous. Like, I don't, like, in this dream, I don't remember hearing people talk. I just, like, imagined I knew what they were saying, which is weird. So we go through the we go through the wing that we're at in the laboratory to go back outside. We go up these stairs that kind of go through a little kind of like loopy thing. And then when we get to the top, that's when I asked her all of the information and she told me. And then I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden behind me, I hear something short circuiting and she just goes, oh my God, no, like freaking out. And I turn around and I see the wire starting to short circuit and it's like surging blue and yellow and whatnot. So she gets her on her radio and she's like section 1A, please, she said something like section 1A, please get back to me, short circuiting on the fence, code red. And I was like, ma'am, what do we have that's quartered off in here? And she just she steps up to me and looks me in my eyes and she goes, you know what T-Rex is, right? And I was like, yeah. She was like, basically a scientifically modified version of T-Rex. And I was just like, what do you mean? And the second I said, what do you mean? You just hear through the bushes, like everything crumbling, the trees are moving, shaking. And this giant head come up. And when I saw him, I was just like, I wasn't afraid. I was just like, oh shit. Like, that's all I could say. Like, that's all that came out. But this wasn't like a regular T-Rex, and it wasn't like the T-Rex, the albino one that was in the other movie. It was like a mixture of T-Rex and the giant one that goes in the water. So, like, picture T-Rex's body, but the head of the one that goes in the water. So it was like an alligator T-Rex because the head was, like, very long. So the head just comes up and he starts making these croaking noises like, and his mouth just opens up a little bit and he's gonna turn and roar. So everybody that was up there, we all start ringing alarms, the lights are flashing, and I start running towards the opposite way because obviously this thing knows where the lab is at. So it knows that everybody's going towards that lab. So me and my unit run the opposite way. We all split up. We have like this destination point that we have to meet at. So we keep running. And you hear this giant bellowing roar, like it shook you in your fucking boots type thing. So it starts like eating some of the people, some of the scientists. People are screaming, and I started running. Like, it was weird because like the paths were kind of made like a track path, but between each section was a whole nother quarantine animal, reptile, whatever you want to call them, species. And I get to this one section. As I'm running, I'm controlling my breathing and I stop because right at a curve, it was like a curve. So when I turned, I could see the fence up ahead to my right was cut out. It was like a huge hole, like cut out. And I was like, oh boy, like just trying to control my breathing so I wasn't being too loud. And as I approached the corner, because right here in the corner was like a big thick tree, like so you couldn't really see through it. So I'm trying to get around that tree and look behind it. And there was another dinosaur of some sort that my mind made up was hiding behind the tree, waiting to catch another prey coming through that area. So this dinosaur was a flying one, and I don't even know how to describe this one, except for like it was the color of like, you know that light brown leather that's out there. It looked like that, and it had wings, almost like a dragon, like a shrimp dragon almost, because it wasn't massive like T-Rex, but it wasn't small like a pterodactyl. I mean, wait, is it a pterodactyl? Yeah, pterodactyl. It wasn't small like that. It was larger than that. So that one is kind of hard to just like explain, but it was very interesting. I would say picture a seagull if it was ginormous and covered in lizard like brown leather skin. Okay? Obviously with teeth in the bill. So I wait a little bit, a few seconds. I'm waiting because it's so quiet. Like the area I had ran from, couldn't hear anything. And my radio starts going because it's like my partner's trying to call me. So I was like, and I had to turn it down. And like this dinosaur heard it and like looked. And as it moved, I guess whatever they were feeding it, there was a couple of them hiding in a lower tree. So when the dinosaur moved to like get closer to the hole, these birds, like, I don't know what they were. Imagine flying pigs, I guess, flew out and started flying away, like further into the sanctuary, and the dinosaur started following them to go and eat them. So I was like, oh, that's my sign. So I start hauling ass and I run even more. I call my partners back up. Nobody's responding to me. I'm like, oh man, this is a problem. So I try to call headquarters and I'm like, Mayday, Mayday. There's danger, like there's a problem, blah, blah, blah. So I get to where we were meeting and it was me and like 2 other people that showed up. Now, mind you, my group probably had 10 to 12 guys and only 3 of us showed up. So I was not captain. Our captain obviously died, and I was the next head up to take the position out of the 4 of us. So I said, you know what? We're all going to work. We're going to be like a team. We're not splitting up. Grab your weapons because we're going to need to protect ourselves, and we need to get to the helicopter to get off of this island. And then I paused, and I was like, hold on a second. We can't get a helicopter. And they looked at me like, why? And I was like, do you guys even know what we're protecting on this island? And all 3 of them kind of looked at each other and looked back at me. And they were like, no. And I was like, yeah, that's our problem. First priority, we need to figure out what's on this island. Because if we travel by water, we don't know what's in the water. If we travel by air, we don't know what's in the air. Obviously, by ground is going to be a freaking problem because this gigantic copycat T-Rex is out and loose and probably causing a muck. So our first priority was to get back to the base and figure out what we're working with, figure out what their weaknesses were, how to take them down, how to make them fall asleep. However it was, that's what we needed to do. Then our second priority was to take care of any survivors that were left. So we had to get to main base. The little section I was at in the beginning was just like an east wing. We have to get to main base, which is, I think, about 12 miles in mainland. Right now, we were just like in a little like east section, like borderline of all of this island that's quartered off. So we all looked at each other. We agreed this is what we were gonna do. We grabbed, we didn't grab like guns because obviously guns didn't work, but in my dream we knew that. We ended up grabbing these other kinds of weapons that were like tranquilizing weapons. So our pistols had tranquilizing bullets in it. Our grenade launchers had tranquilizing in it. Our freaking, like, all of our guns were basically not bullets. They were everything to make an animal fall asleep in extremely large doses. And one of my partners pulls out this gigantic, I don't know if it was a shotgun or a grenade launcher, one of the things, but when he took it out, the bullets or the grenade or something like that was like this big. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what we need. It was heavy to carry. Each of us carried maybe 2 to 3 each. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think they were grenades. So with the grenades, each of us carried 2 to 3 each, and then we all split everything else. We made sure we carried extra ammo because this was going to be heavy. It was only 4 of us when originally it should have been 12. And then before we left with all of our weapons, we checked any kinds of schematics that was left in this focal point where we were at, which it wasn't really any of the wings, or it was kind of like a back closet of a lab. So we kind of tried to look around for any blueprints of the building, like to show us where we could walk through, crawl through, sneak through, like sewers, piping up in the ceilings, anything like that that would help us. And we saw that for a good majority to get to the mainland, there was some underground sewage that we could crawl through. So that's what our plan was. We got everything ready. We started heading out. And when we got into the forest jungle, you could hear all kinds of noises. And we were just like, oh my God, there was roaring. There was some squealing. There was like just any kinds of animal noises you could imagine, but like amplified by 100. And so we started to go off to our journey, and boom, I woke up. Somebody please tell me I did not just make up a movie in my head. Like, what is happening? What the fork is happening? Oh, my Atlanta, that movie, you see me? I'm already calling it a freaking movie over here. Like, that dream was like, honestly, it was pretty awesome. Like, I'm kind of like, my mind imagined that. What? Like, what? Yo, what? That's lit. So I don't know. Like, that dream was actually pretty cool. But I know last week's journal entry, I guess I would call it, I was kind of a little burnt in it, and I do apologize for that, you guys. I try to be a little uppity in the morning. It helps set my mood for my day, and I know also it's more entertaining for you guys for me to be actually storytelling. But let me tell you, sometimes, like I said in my other videos, it gets pretty exhausting, especially when I'm working so much anyway. So I appreciate you guys if you're still here watching, and please comment, rate. Why I say rate? Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If any of you can dream interpret it, also let me know, because I do it myself too, but girl, I can't keep up with all these dreams. But who knows? Maybe we'll have a series where I go back and interpret a couple of them. Maybe. I don't know how interesting that will be, but we'll see. I'll catch you guys in the next video, okay? Bye! Let me show y'all Roscoe, because he wants to be in the video today. Yeah? Are you done crying? Are you done?